What's up, guys? Nolan here, and today we're talking about some cool work in progress footage that popped up on Nikita's personal Twitter today and what that might mean for the progress on some other features. What we're looking at here is a run cycle for a player character from a third-person perspective while they also folded a stock on an MP7. Those of you who've played the game a lot with friends will know that the things that character models do in-game are sometimes a bit wonky with movement and will slide or otherwise move quickly, unrealistically at times, or clip through things in their own body. BSG have talked about fixing that several times in the past, and it looks like they're making good on that since this movement is just about as perfect as you can ask for in terms of a running cycle, then interacting with a weapon twice. Everything looks extremely on point here. Now, with that being said, I'd like to speculate that it most likely is not just that run cycle that they are working on at this time. If they were going to go through the trouble of reworking the skeletons, meshes, joints, and everything else associated with animating the characters this well, I would think they would also at least begin to work on the more advanced animations we know are planned. Nikita even tweeted around the same time that quote-unquote time is the most valuable thing. It makes complete sense that they would match up all of these animation changes, or at least most of them, while they prep for the others. In case you didn't know, BSG planned to add a list of advanced movement and animations to Tarkov. Just a reminder that this list is subject to change. However, a lot of this, if not all of it, I believe Nikita at least, if not the entirety of BSG, see them as vital to the feel, realism, and authenticity of the game. So I think there's a higher priority on this stuff, but we'll see. Going from the most likely to the least likely, we have the ability to swap hands for your weapon, making you able to peek a left-hand corner without exposing your body too much, and vaulting. Both are something that you would do regularly if you were fighting to escape a combat zone like we will be doing in Tarkov. It would actually be really weird if you couldn't do either of these things. An extension of these would be climbing ladders and walls. Nikita has even pretty recently said both are planned but will need extensive environmental work around the locations that this would be available, and they would need to test every location thoroughly so people don't get where they shouldn't be. Because of the amount of work required for this, I have them as less likely to make it into the game, or at least not soon, but we'll see. Next, we have mag loading and gear manipulation while in raid. The actual animation of loading a magazine round by round without having to be in your inventory has been on the list since medical animations, and something I believe is a very high priority for BSG. Then an extension of that would be the manipulation of equipment in raid by way of fully modifying a weapon, or eventually armored rigs, backpacks, belts, and more. It's always been part of the plan to be able to modify your weapons completely in raid using the multi-tool. In fact, it's currently bugged in some cases, where the prompt will show up telling you that you need a multi-tool in order to change something, but it just isn't fully working yet. If the custom rig feature is implemented as described, we will be able to swap plates in raid as well. Both I see as very high priority, if not mandatory, for a game like Escape from Tarkov. Then last but not least, we have the unconscious state. Nikita has talked in the past about this being linked with the more advanced animations. We just don't know which exactly or when those were going to show up. We also don't know if it will be split up or brought all together, because it is possible in order to test the feature we get PMC ragdolls to an unconscious state where we can treat certain injuries and bring them back, but we can't move them with carrying or dragging yet. Or vice versa, maybe we can drag bodies but not bring them back yet. As much as I really want these features to be in the game, and I believe they make complete sense as features that should be in the game, I can for sure see BSG cutting them for time. The game works just fine without the ability to drag bodies or revive downed friends, while it could cause a host of problems across the board, from visual glitches to falling through the map to clipping into places that you shouldn't be able to get to by reviving people close to walls and all that other stuff that we see break other games like Arma or Squad that have similar systems. BSG might not want to put up with that, and the game does work without it, so we'll have to see what they end up doing. Again, all of that is subject to change, but in order to make the best use of time, I bet they're working on several, if not all of these advanced animation features at the same time, or at least prepping certain parts of each to, again, make the best use of that time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is there something else that BSG should allow us to do in game in terms of animations or movement? I was expecting to see a new event step today, but I guess we'll get it tomorrow. I really don't think it's going to be a good thing in terms of timing for the next patch if we don't end up seeing that next event step this weekend. Because for those who don't know, I believe these events are to keep us invested and in the know while leading us up to the next in-game lore piece that will eventually be the introduction of the Lightkeeper as well as the new rogue bosses. If they are going to start a new step, it should happen around noon tomorrow, so as always, I will keep an eye out for anything new and let you guys know more once I do. The Pray for Wipe and Sons of Soon shirts and hoodies are now live. If you're interested, the link's below. We are able to ship outside the US, but we aren't okay with the costs of that right now, so we're working out better options for outside shipping as soon as possible. However, if you're inside the US, you're good to go. Thanks ahead of time for any believers heading there now and for the support that we've had already. For the latest Tarkov news, follow me on Twitter or subscribe for more. You know the drill. If you're looking for people to play with, check out our Discord. Links in the description. Otherwise, I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.